Yeah.
Because we have records.
Does can I ask
What
a question
records do we
though?
have?
Go ahead, Missy, and then I'll let Jason go in a little bit. Sorry for the wait. I'll let you go in a little bit. Go ahead, Missy.
Yeah, what evidence do we have for that? What historical records do we have? Well, no, I would like to know what the evidence is.
Every state had a head church that worked alongside the politics to ensure that the society was well. So it was a 95 to 100% Christian population. I don't believe you can show me otherwise. Maybe you had some Jews that came in within the 1820s, or 1780s, I believe, is when George Washington started appealing to the Jews to try to move to America. And then you had some Italians, you had some others, but for the most part, until let's say the 1910s, no Muslims were even allowed in America.
What does that have to do with
I just
defining
don't think
libertarianism?
that you understand history, right? Most of the founding fathers were deists.
Yeah. There were some that were Christian, there were some that were deist. Yeah,
Do
I
you
don't know.
understand that the founding fathers, while having very heavily influenced by Protestantism, that doesn't mean that they founded the government solely off of their religion, correct?
No.
What about the Scandinavian countries?
Wait, God, are you listening? Wait, my
Yeah,
guy,
I'm
wait.
trying to ask you, what about the Scandinavian countries, Norway, Sweden, Denmark? High society of
Began,
atheists,
those
gonna
all
have a really
began
high
with the foundation.
libertarianism.
Those all began with the foundation of Christian nationalism. All those societies you're pointing to. This is why
No,
you're
they
not pointing to
didn't.
not one.
I don't, okay, so yes, colonization has affected every corner of the earth from, I'm not gonna deny the colonization has affected those countries, but I'm saying right now, they're extremely secular and have an extreme level of libertarianism under what you're describing.
And that secular advantage or disadvantage is only able to happen under a Christian construct. This is what I'm stating.
And
No.
You can't show
I'm
me it
saying
within
that
another
that's
society
not
anywhere in
true.
the
The
world,
Christian
and
concept
it has to
isn't
happen.
there
Well, ma'am, you're
anymore.
going to point
So
to
I wasn't finished
Sweden
talking,
and
sweetheart. I wasn't
Scandinavia.
finished talking. I wasn't
Well,
finished
I
talking,
didn't finish
sweetheart.
talking. You started jumping into what I was saying.
Well, I was
But if
I
you want to
was
say you were
getting
saying
somewhere.
something, go ahead.
Yeah. So, well, geez, now I don't even remember.
Because you realized that you were wrong because you pointed to Christian origin societies to try to prove your
No, 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 no,
secularism.
no, no. God's like, I don't think you're tracking anything about what's being said here. There's nothing about like Christianity that's like libertarian, right? Like literally when you look at Christianity, it literally dictates that like you should only have one God, and that's the Christian God. And like God has literally had a history of instructing people to wipe out anybody who did anything different than like the moral code. When it comes to like the foundings of this country, yeah, they were Christian, but they were like Protestants. But it was founded on like libertarian ideas, like the ideas that you have the ability to question authority and to basically like practice any religion that you want to. A Christian country wouldn't allow you to practice any religion that you want to, right? A Christian country would punish you for having any other God but the God at hand, right? So like you're not really listening to what we're saying, and like I don't think you have like an understanding of like how our country like came to be and like how our
Not at
laws.
all. Actually, you're trying to describe an Islamic country and say that Christians should adhere to the Islamic perspective, whereby the Islamic people, they don't allow for free speech, but within Christianity, we do have
Have
free
you read
speech.
the Old
You have
Testament?
freedom to think.
Have you read the Old
Well,
Testament?
brother,
Because
why are you
you know
deflecting
how
now?
like
Wait, why are you deflecting now? So this is my
wait,
original
wait, no, no,
question.
no,
My
because
original question
wait, no,
was
hold
which
on, no, no, no,
Answer
non-Christian
his
no,
religious
question.
because
society.
you're not
Answer his
understanding.
question.
I'm not describing a Muslim country. I'm describing like what a Christian country would look like. If you read the Old Testament had plenty of instances where God literally set rules for the Jewish people. And in that Jewish setting, homosexuals were stoned. In that Jewish setting, if you worked on Sunday, you were stoned. In that Jewish setting, there were rules where, like, if a woman didn't bleed on, like, the first time that she did the deed, right, then she was to be, like, stoned, right? Like, you weren't allowed to worship other gods. You would be unalived, right? Like, that's what a Christian country looks like. But we're not a Christian country. Like, our country doesn't even advocate for one specific religion.
That's your
Like,
concept.
a Christian country
See, this is why
is
you have to
literally
run
what's
off.
described in,
Why you
like,
have
the
to
Old Testament, right? Like, you're not understanding. Like, that's what it would look like. God's people in a country,
But that's why you
Christian
have to go to the
rules,
Old Testament.
Christian, like, tested, like,
You're
a
proving
Christian
yourself
country.
wrong every time you speak, bro. You're trying to say a Christian country should not adhere to the rules of the New Testament because they should be going by the Old Testament. You just expose yourself. And this is why you had to start ranting, bro.
What?
So I'm asking you because within the time of Christ, Christ went against people who did not believe in him. And he didn't say to kill him. Did he?
What? I mean, yeah, sure. The New Testament was like more lighthearted, right? But like,
Depends on if you hold to the epistles, right? Like, are we talking about Paul, Peter, John, James as well? God?
Like, do you answer the question I said just now? When Jesus had differences of opinion with people who did not believe that he was Christ, but that he was God in the flesh, did he say to kill them?
no, sure, yeah,
And what did he do? He debated them, right?
sure.
This is why I asked about the epistles gods, right?
Or if I could add the
Oh,
Gospel of
yeah, go ahead,
Matthew,
Jason.
which I mean, full disclosure, I'm a Christian, but I am a church. I'm pursuing law school to fight Christian nationalism. I only disclose my Christian identity because I don't want to make it seem like I'm coming up and trying to evangelize or secretly convert people.
You're good.
But I mean, the Gospel of Matthew 15:1, I believe, clearly says, "Do not change one thing about the law until heaven has fallen. Change not one jot or jittle about the law." So you can say that, there's just that. And my question to him is like, and I had this in another live, like, why do we have a First Amendment to the Constitution if we're truly a Christian nation, where Congress shall not establish any religion or prevent the free exercise of any religion? Like, why do we have a First Amendment? That should have never, the Constitution should have never been ratified to include the very first amendment to our Constitution, which clearly advocated for church-state separation.
Yeah, so yeah.
Actually, church-state separation came much later. We had church and state together for quite a while. It was, like you said, it was ratified.
If you're
But
talking about within
1791.
the Constitution itself, you are
1791.
correct. Within the Constitution itself, you are correct. It is within the
I didn't
writings of
finish speaking,
individuals such as Alexander Hamilton,
I didn't finish speaking, ma'am. I don't know
James
why you so
Madison,
mean towards. I love you,
and a
sister.
couple of others. That's how we have this. I'm just correcting the misinformation so that other people
This is
recognize.
this is what needs to be corrected. What non-Christian foundational society would all of you weirdos like to live on? Tell us.
Okay, first off,
Why are you calling people
hold on.
weirdos?
To be very clear, you're not going to call us weirdos, okay? We're being patient with you despite you spewing like a bunch of misinformation. And if you're going to start being rude, then we can literally kick you off the panel. I have no problem with that. I literally don't need you. Wait, no, to be clear, I don't need you to be here, right? I have other people I could talk to. Let me get that through your thick skull, right? Let me get that. All right. Have a good one, sir. Like, get that through your thick fucking skull,
You got
right?
it
You've
before
been
me.
wrong about like a lot of things. Like, you're just fucking bogus, and you can't get it through your head that we're not a Christian country. We were founded more so on libertarian ideas. Everything you said was just so fucking low tier. But all right, like, if you can't track the conversation, I don't really know how to help you. Like, nothing. He wasn't learning anything about what we were saying.
Hey Coco, when you get a minute, can you move me to the bottom left?
Yeah.
The bottom left is my favorite spot.
Okay. Now happily do that. No, like
Wait,
oh
no, that's bottom right.
oh yeah, you're right. My bad. Hold on. Let's see. Oh no, darn it. Hold on. Okay, give me one sec. Give me one sec.
I believe. No, I believe.
It's like it's weird. For some reason, it won't give me that spot. Okay, two. There we go. There's that. Okay, is that it? There we go.
Yes, we went to all of them.
Yeah, but also, this is Rim. Hold on. Like, we're not being condescending. We're being nice, but he's not tracking the conversation. Wait, what are you talking about? None of us like insulted like Christianity. Like we were just telling him like the facts of the matter, right? We're not a Christian country. We're founded on libertarian ideas. We left a Christian monarch, you know.
All right. Who was next? Who came up?
Bam. Who wants to go next?
I guess I can.
What you got for me today? And if I seem a little bit distracted, I'm playing Fortnite and streaming that to YouTube and Twitch, but I'm hearing everything you're saying. So like if I'm looking this way, I have like a computer with like two screens. So
I believe
I'm
in
here
you.
with you.
I'm also here for. I'll chime in.
I believe in you that you're gonna get a win. But do you at least believe in a god or any gods?
No. So I'm agnostic. I'm like open-minded to God existing. I just don't really find any of the evidence compelling. I don't really believe that we have the ability to like know if God exists, or I don't know if we even have enough information to know if God exists.
I would say that logic itself, I think, is one of the biggest proofs for at least a god,
How so?
because logic is not physical. So if there's no god, that means that there's no evidence that the universe was always that the universe is eternal. So we are in a purely physical world where everything can constant to change, but we have logic. Logic cannot change by definition. Logic was not invented by humans. It's immaterial, unchanging, necessary, and it's a personal thing.
I
so
would
you
disagree with that.
How so?
So I would say like I could do more study on logic, but I would say like in regards to the laws of logic, that's like a human invention to describe something that is objective about our reality. So like
Okay.
obviously like the law of identity, A is A, and I think the law of non-contradiction, A cannot be A and not A. Those things would describe our reality, right? Like when I look at a rock is a rock, and
Yeah.
a rock cannot be a rock and not a rock, right?
Do you understand that if
So, like-
logic was a human invention, then contradictions could be possible if agreed upon, which would destroy knowledge?
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like the laws of logic, like when we talk about it, right? Those are just like descriptors to describe something objective about our universe. And I would say like, yeah, like I guess like how would I put it? I
Yeah,
would say
but-
like the words laws of logic and the laws are just like human descriptors, and then I guess the laws of logic are just something like intrinsic to like the universe existing. It's just like physical properties or aspects of like the universe.
Something
It's
they can
parameters.
change, right?
This is why logic can be written as math, right, Liv?
Yeah, but math presupposes logic.
Yeah.
Well, you could also say that logic presupposes math, as they
No.
lean too heavily upon each other.
Nope.
Okay,
math
well
is
then
the
why is it?
universal
Okay,
without
whoa,
logic.
whoa. Then
Yeah,
why is logic always been written as math?
What do you mean? Why has logic always been written as math?
Analytical
Math is logical.
analytical logicians use math, right? We use P, Q, we use differential equation, or we use like discrete maths, right?
Okay.
So
You understand that?
I just don't understand how you're saying that math presupposes logic when
Yeah,
logic is
because
also
when you use
presupposing
math, you're
math.
assuming that
Because
2
math
is
is simply
2.
the language of physics, right?
Yeah. 2 is 2. 2 can't be 4. 2 can't be 6. That
Yeah,
is
that's all
logic
logic.
itself. That is logic. It's literally the law of identity. What are you talking about?
But math is also the universal language. I mean, it would be the same regardless. And are you talking like outside of an integer system? You're saying like
so
so the
confused.
integer, yeah, like what are you meaning? Like math is is in set theory within the field of mathematics has overwhelmingly demonstrated there can be an infinite amount of numbers.
Yeah, again, but it's still, when it comes to mathematics, it depends on logical principles like the law of non-contradiction and the law of identity and the law of excluded middle.
No, it doesn't
1
depend
+ 1
upon that. It just does
2.
not happen in math.
No.
Law, okay, 2 + 2 = 4, right?
Correct.
So without this, right? So for example, 2 + 2 cannot equal 4, and reasoning collapses without the law of non-contradiction. The law of identity, each object is identical
Even
to
with, so let's
itself.
take out logic. Logic's
No.
gone. We just threw logic out the window. I have 2 pieces of corn, 2 shucks of corn. I grabbed 2 more. How many
presupposing
shucks
the
of
corn
corn do I
already.
have?
You're presupposing that the corn is corn. You're giving
is
it an
corn.
identity. You're using logic itself to say that logic doesn't exist. That's crazy.
I mean, that's not
No,
what we're
it's crazy
saying.
that you're
That is
saying
not
that if
presupposing
That is
logic.
literally
I am giving a hype. Like, okay, logic doesn't exist, right? What does that mean then? I cannot give you a hypothetical? In a different, okay,
knowledge would not be
modally,
possible,
in another world, our laws of logic don't exist. And I have 2 shucks of corn. Do you want to engage now?
For one, knowledge would not be possible if logic did not exist.
If I am on
How is that
dialysis and the doctor tells me I can only have 64 ounces of water, you're telling me that's not, I'm presupposing that there's 64 ounces of water in my water bottle that I can drink throughout the day before I've reached my limit?
You're assuming numbers, which is identity, and that statement itself, right? That the
60
doctor
so
told you.
64 ounces of water is not is
Okay,
identity.
but that statement that the doctor told you, can that
Correct.
statement itself be true and false at the same time?
Can it be true and false at the same
When
time?
she tells you that as a
You're
truth,
presupposing logic here.
She's saying with a high degree of certainty that my body can only absorb so much water before my kidneys are beating
and then
themselves
can it
to
also
failure.
not do that at the same time? Because that would entail a contradiction.
What are you saying? Like, are you trying to? No, I'm saying, what are you saying? Like, again, so you're saying that my doctor, is there the possibility that my doctor may not be entirely accurate? Sure. That is what we deal with whenever we with science. We deal with a degree of probability. Okay, so is there the possibility that she may not be entirely accurate?
Well, yeah,
That's
what-
possible.
Wait,
What are you
hold on.
disagreeing
Okay,
with?
so really quick, like, let's refresh, right? If you were to ask me, like, what is the laws of logic, like the literal words that are laws of logic, that's like humans like creating like words to basically map onto something that's objective. I guess, like, I probably have to hash this out more, but I guess you could say like the laws of logic are describing some kind of intrinsic characteristic about the physical world. Yeah. So
It is.
let's say, well, so let's say that they're
That is what it is.
yeah. So that would be my view, right? So let's say that
Well,
no humans
sort of,
ever.
but that's
So
fine.
hold on. So let's say that no humans ever existed, right? Like I would say, like what the laws of logic are describing would be characteristics of that world, right? A rock cannot be a rock and not a rock at the same time, or a rock is a rock. So the law of identity, the law of non-contradiction, those things would just be inherent properties of the physical world. So if we didn't exist, the words
Logic
laws
is
of
not
logic
physical.
wouldn't exist. The laws of logic are describing something about the world. That's what I would say.
How can something that's not physical exist in a world that's purely physical?
Like I never said that the world was purely physical.
hell?
I do believe in like
Where did
conceptual.
that non sequitur come out of the window of?
Yeah.
The world is eternal. That's all.
Wait, I
Wait,
want to
wait,
explain
wait.
something.
I want you to tell me.
SpongeBob, my friend.
My friend.
Math? What do math, logic, and music have in common?
Math, logic, and music.
Yeah.
What?
Music?
Yeah.
Math, logic, and
Really?
music.
Come on, I'm making an analogy. It's not spot on. I recognize that.
Yeah.
I
They're all
Yeah.
based on
Bad
some sort of
analogy.
universal language. Right?
Yeah.
That's mathematics.
That mathematics. That is mathematics. But
padded.
logic and music are like branches of mathematics, but they still exist in mathematics.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have math without logic. I can prove this right now.
You wouldn't have math without logic.
No,
You
you
mean
not.
I just think that you don't understand.
Yeah, sure. Great argument.
Wait,
Like,
but hold on,
no,
really quick. Like, or actually, or go
Oh,
ahead.
this is a
no, like
troll.
you can describe how I'm wrong. Like, how is it
This
that
is a troll.
math presupposes language
Because
or math presupposes logic?
proofs itself would collapse. There would be no systematic way to show that a statement is true or false based on axioms. Consistency couldn't be guaranteed. You couldn't assert contradictory statements without detecting a conflict. 2 plus 2 equals 4 can no longer be distinguished from 2 plus 2 equals 5. So mathematical structure disappears. Set theory, number theory, geometry, algebra, and so on all rely on logical principles.
Would
That
that
actually
not
technically-
also mean that if logic, if math were to collapse, logic would collapse?
No, if logic does not exist, math, physics, science, all of it collapses.
And
the way-
if math doesn't exist, does logic not also collapse? If the laws of physics don't stay,
No, if math did not exist, logic would still be there.
I can't imagine math not being there. It's just the language.
Is your position that we need like Christianity for these things to exist or something?
I'm
No,
so
my
confused.
position that there's at least a necessity for the things like logic itself, which I guess in my thing is like, if logic just exists, then it often, like if you say that logic just is, it's no explanation, it treats abstract necessity as a brute fact.
Okay, what's the problem with that?
Because brute facts, there's no justification. Because then, would you have a problem?
What's the problem with that? What's the problem with that?
Would you
Is
have
that
a
the
problem
dinging
with
in the
me
background?
saying that God is just real, like a brute fact like that?
No, what's the problem with like the laws of logic as being some brute fact of existence?
Because it cannot govern reality. It cannot explain why logic governs
Wait, no,
reality.
now that's a jump. Now you said that it needs an explanation, and now you're saying it can't govern reality. Why
No,
why
I'm
can't things
saying it
without an
cannot
explanation
explain
govern
why-
reality?
Listen, you're cutting me off. It cannot explain why logic governs reality. I didn't say it could.
Okay, but what's the problem with that? It not being able to explain.
Because
Like, what if there's just some unknown explanation?
well, then if that's the case, then it's just arbitrary and ad hoc. And then I can
Why
just
would it
say,
be?
well,
Wait. What do you think ad hoc means?
What'd you say?
What do you think ad hoc means?
It's basically like something created for a specific purpose, but not planned in advance.
What? I don't think you know what ad hoc means. Ad hoc means just when you offer an explanation, like after you receive the facts. And when I'm saying something that is not explained, that can't be ad hoc because there's no explanation there. So why couldn't there be some like an unknown explanation for like the why the way things are?
So what are you saying? Like logic just is? Is that what you're saying?
No, there's some unknown explanation for the way things are.
Well, if it's just an
Like, what's wrong with saying that?
explanation, then there's no ought to debate here. What are we even debating for? What are we trying to find for?
Well, you seem to be wanting to say that God is necessary for these things, which you haven't given an argument for. You've just said these things require an explanation. I'm saying, okay, what if the explanation is just unknown?
Well, but do you understand that if you deny the laws of logic, they're fundamentally your whole world
No one
collapses?
here is denying the laws of logic.
So I'm
Yeah,
saying
no one here is denying the
abstract.
laws of
So
logic.
only a necessary, eternal, rational mind can ground
Okay,
abstract.
all right. Now, what's the argument for that? Because that's a claim, and that requires an argument.
Yeah. So again, logic does require unity.
Look.
Diversity.
Here's the claim. Here's the claim I want an argument for. Only a mind can ground logic. What's the argument for that? Premise one.
Yeah. Where
Why
does
does he
logic
need to
come?
give a formal argument? Wait,
Now
see,
you're
no,
asking me a
what
question. Now you're asking me a question. You made a
No,
claim.
I'm asking you a question. I'm
I
asking
don't
a question.
care. I don't
Why
care.
does he need to?
You made a claim
Wait, why
that
does he need to
that
give a formal argument?
Wait, hold on, chill.
Why does he
We're
need
trying
to
to
give a
address
Yeah, let them.
unwanted. But
so when you
like-
say only a mind can
But
ground
that is like
logic,
black
what's
and
the
white
argument for
fallacy.
that?
well, okay, wait, hold on, really quick. So we're trying to address unwanted, but I guess like after that we can like move on to like the other guests and
Yeah.
No, I
Maybe,
actually
real
agree with
quick.
this question. It's much
It's
more.
just
a
It's a much
fascinating
better
claim.
question.
Only an eternal mind can ground logic. What's the argument for that?
Wait, but like,
Yeah.
is that what he's positing?
Yeah.
He just said that. Only an eternal mind can ground logic. I mean, that claim came out of nowhere, and I'm really curious what the argument is.
Laws of logic.
Oh, then yeah, we need a justification for
require
that.
a mind.
Why? What's the argument? Stop
What's the
repeating the
argument
claim.
for
Just
that?
say the argument.
That is the argument.
Or no, that's a claim. We're looking for the
Claim is the
motivator.
argument. Only a eternal bouncy ball can ground the laws of logic. That's an argument to you?
Well, yeah. So basically, like, so essentially, you made a claim, and we're looking for like, what are your motivations for that claim? What exactly is justifying it, or like, what's the argument?
Yeah, why do you believe that's true? Furthermore, why do you
What's the
believe it's the
reason for
Christian
that?
God?
Well, again, I would say that the deism or the theism as a generic creator does not explain abstract necessity. It does
Give
not
an
explain
argument for why an
normativity.
eternal mind is necessary.
Yeah, we're still looking for the
Oh my god,
motivator.
this is gonna be very bad faith. Holy fuck.
Just give an argument.
Or maybe, or well, I do get what Free is saying. Like, maybe, well, I'm not sure if it's bad faith, but like, he might not understand what we mean when we say like argument. Like, he might not know like premises or like.
Coco, this Cino tried to press unwanted into what's premise one. Like, what?
Look, if he doesn't want to give an argument, that's fine, but he can just say that.
I'm saying logic is personal, not impersonal. Logic is
What
about.
the hell does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Logic is about meaning. It involves propositions. It requires intentionality. And propositions.
Why would it require intentionality? What's the argument for that?
Because
Like,
intentionality
wait,
should
hold
not
on,
be
like,
no
wait,
different.
really quick, like, all of this is begging the question, I think, like, but
Like,
Logic cannot
He's
be
just-
another way. And
He's
what
just throwing word salad to try to confuse people. Like, say it
Oh
like
my
without
God,
trying to
don't
like.
I don't think you guys.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I don't know how
is.
to really-
It
I
is.
don't-
You're
I
just
don't know
trying
how
to
to
throw
talk
word salad so that you can circumvent. Like, what is your point?
yeah, well,
It just seems like he's just saying that an eternal mind must ground logic because of the contrary or the impossibility of the contrary, which is just to assert the claim. I mean, it's not an interesting claim at all. It's just saying God exists because God exists. I mean, like, who is interested by that claim? I mean, like, can you give like an
Maybe-
actual argument with premises with like a
Maybe
conclusion
that's
that
how
follows?
he understands. Maybe that's how he understands logic, either via semantic reduction or via metaphysics. It is
Well,
fine
then
to
he
have
has a
such
bad understanding. He has a bad understanding.
That's not true. You cannot have a bad
Metaphysical
background commitment on metaphysics of something unless it is literally disproven otherwise by literal methodology like science or fucking physics. As long as it is metaphysics or semantic reductions, you cannot have a bad semantic reduction or bad metaphysics. That is a category error.
Okay, I'm fine with all of that.
I
So
don't know.
unwanted. Why does it need to be the Christian God that grounds logic?
I didn't mention a Christian God. I said the A.
Wait, are you a Christian? Are you a Christian?
I said there's a God.
Are you a Christian?
It's irrelevant.
or so okay, so wait,
So
hold
it's
on.
possible
So,
a
like,
Christian God
Hold
might
on,
not
guys. Hold on,
exist.
guys. Wait, slow down,
I didn't say that.
So well, I don't really remember what he said, but like, I guess we can
never said
grant him
anything
that he
about
said like a God, but unwanted. Like, it's really fine if like you don't have the answers to like all of our questions, but
Truly, it's fine.
yeah, like basically like you're making claims and we're just asking you for like what's the motivation or the justification for those claims, and we're asking for like a formal argument. But like, it's also okay if you don't know like logical inference rules or premises. Maybe you're just not there yet, right? And
You
have
just
to
say,
read up
I don't know why I believe this. I just think it's true. I mean, like, that's totally fine. It's just not going to be convincing at all.
It's so the justification for the laws of logic. They need a conscious, rational mind to exist or be
That's
grounded.
the claim.
Wait, hold on.
Claim, brother.
I'm saying
Wait, hold
for
on.
that claim, it's
Let him make it. and then
We
we'll go
know logic exists because we use it. Any inference, argument, or proof presupposes that the rules of logic are true, consistent, and knowable. But notice, we only encounter logic through a mind. Even physics, mathematics, and science uses logic as tools, not as independently observed entities. So
logic is a language. Of course, it necessitates a mind. I mean, if no minds existed, no language would exist. That's all you're saying.
I feel like I can't follow this, and if this is the way it's going to go, I got to go. Like, can we pivot to something else? Like, I just can't follow this.
No, you can
No,
just
because
go.
you're not making sense.
I
You're not
agree.
making
I agree. Let's
sense.
get to we have
Should we pivot it?
back with new.
Don't get cute whenever seriously I call a facts unwanted. If you want to be a troll, go somewhere
Not
else,
being a
dude.
troll, I'm
Seriously.
explaining
Yeah, you
Guys,
are being a troll. You
I'm
see
now
you're being a
shifting the
troll.
conversation.
Wait, hold on, guys. Misssy's talking. Hold up real quick.
I was just gonna say I'm shifting the conversation to back with new content. How are you?
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, look, the laws of language,
Do
the
you
laws
know
of
that you're
logic
up here back with
are.
content?
Yeah, what's going on?
Awesome.
I know who he is.
What
He's gonna
did you
talk about.
wanna? Did you wanna chat about anything in particular today?
Oh yeah, I'm still haven't gotten answers to what the claim that I've made for the past 3 months. I haven't got any response to the claim.
What claim?
More claim, yeah. But
Um,
I know who Beck is. I'm not sure this is gonna go well.
okay, so the claim that was made in the good book, right, is that God made plant seeds. And I'm trying to figure out in your worldview how did that come to be?
Can I, if I could? So you're saying God made plant seeds, so we've is this coming back to the whole like nothing could exist without a creator, without a designer? And I'm a Christian, and I'm a Christian. I'm a devout Christian. I attend church every Sunday. I don't cross my fingers behind my back when I say my creeds. But the difference is we can study seeds. We can study their development. We can study how they're reconstructed, how they can grow. We can't replicate any type of divine miracle or divine occurrence that led that to happen. We can't, and even if we could, we couldn't understand, we couldn't criticize what the motive for a god or divine entity was in making said seeds.
Oh, that's a good
So
answer. I like that.
Wait,
So why,
actually,
why would you believe that a God designed the seeds in the first
well,
place?
I like that answer. As a matter of fact,
I'm,
actually, sorry about that. Actually, the question was for the atheist, but me and you are in agreement, right? We
yeah.
understand where these seeds came from, but they don't. But I'm trying to show them that in their worldview, they believe that these things they don't know where it came from. They can't explain it.
Yeah,
And
but
neither
that's
do
fine, right?
I.
So
Neither do
why
I.
should I believe that they were designed? That's the question.
Wait, Jason, I don't think he heard you,
Because
bro.
because if it exists, that means that it's a miracle. If it's not
What
designed,
do you mean
it's
by
here.
miracle? What do you mean by miracle?
Meaning that it's here.
Oh my god.
I don't even understand like the
What do
words
you
you're
mean by
using.
miracle?
no,
Okay.
that's not what it means. Back, okay, like I've literally had this conversation with you before, and like you are kind of like ignorant and like refuse to like listen to anybody. So like I'm just gonna ask you this question
Drop
because
his ass.
I'm kind of a little bit tired of you just being like arrogant and like unwilling to learn. But like in asking this question, like literally going throughout TikTok asking people about the evolution of seeds, have you literally done any like Google research, right? And looked into like have you just typed into Google, how did seeds evolve, right? And come about into existence from a secular perspective? Have you even tried to understand? Or are you just
Right.
up here like trying to
Okay.
levy an argument?
No, I like that question, right? Because we have one evidence, right? And we have two
That's not what I
worldviews.
asked.
I know
That's
I'm
not what I
getting
asked.
there. I'm getting there, man.
No,
Relax,
no,
bro.
no. I don't need you to like go all around the world to China, Nevada, and come back, right? Like, I need you to answer the question: have you done a Google search and tried to understand from a secular perspective, right, how seeds
Coco,
have
this is a
come
troll.
about via like evolution?
Yeah, I did do my research, man.
Did you do a Google search on seed evolution?
Right. That's what I'm trying to explain.
What
Well,
did you
yeah,
learn?
that's what I need you to
Okay,
talk about,
so
not everything else, right? We don't need
That's
to
what you
talk
learned.
about the question.
Give us the atheist position on seeds.
this is when they want to mute me. They want
No,
to
no,
attack.
no. You're not going to do that. We're being nice, but I'm a little bit irritated with you because you've been going to panels all over TikTok asking like, how did the seed come about? God did it, right? And when we explain to you evolution or ask you to go do research on evolution, you don't. And then you come back and say like, I don't understand the atheist position, but you've done no effort and you don't listen to anybody to understand like how the seed was,
Bro,
like
Coco, this
how
is
the
a
seed
troll.
came about, right? Like we've been patient with you. You've just been like a Christian who's like just willfully ignorant.
But
So
if I could
no, we're not
observe,
doing that today.
So
could I
hold on.
observe? So is your position? So again, I'm a Christian. I'm a devout Christian, and is your position that them saying, and me as well, because I don't know. Like, are you saying because there's not an explanation, that means a God must have done it?
Oh yeah, actually really quick, he did try to run that, and I literally explained to him why that's the God of the gaps fallacy, and he couldn't track that. I literally remember the live I was doing, and I was literally playing GTA 5 while I was explaining to you that even if I don't give you an answer for like how a seed was made, it doesn't mean that God did it.
Okay. See, I was quiet. I didn't say anything. Would you say when you say that did I interrupt you?
No, you didn't interrupt me.
Okay,
But if you
great.
say like
Okay.
if you say some dumbass shit, like you're
Okay, no
probably gonna
problem,
interrupt me.
man. Hey, no problem, right? Okay, so I can go to Google and I could go to sources that will fit my worldview, and you could go to sources that will fit your worldview. Okay, so when I go to my sources, right, it explains that seeds cannot be created by any man. In your worldview, it says
No
that
shit,
seeds.
Sherlock.
Well, right. But in your worldview, they try to explain the impossible. Like, okay, well, seeds came from what's that?
Back,
Sponges or
back.
spores or something like
That's
that.
not the question we asked you. That's not
Algae.
the
Oh,
question we asked you.
algae. Right. It says that.
No. That's not the
Sir,
question we
listen,
asked you.
man. I gotta land my
Like,
plane, bro.
back, you're trying
Then you
to
can correct
understand.
me when I'm done.
Back, no, stop. You are so confused. You need a fucking GPS. You're trying to understand the atheist position, right? So we're asking you, have you done research into the atheist position or secular sources, right? Yeah, everybody has their sources. No, like, of course, yeah. Like, what the fuck? Everybody has their sources, right? But you're trying to understand the atheist position. Have
Bro,
you looked into
Coco
secular
dropping, bro. It's a
sources on
troll,
evolution and
please.
But
speech?
I think it's interesting. He said, when you go and look to Google, look for your sources. And when I go, that is called confirmation bias. When you go out seeking what you want to find, whereas with the atheists and even some Christians who are like Christians who prioritize science over religion, but still hold devout Christian views, like myself. I don't go out seeking what I want to find. I let the science speak for itself. And what the science says is at the end of the day, we don't know how seeds came. I would actually, I don't know, but I think if you look at the science, I bet you could see a pretty convincing argument to show their origins from a purely biological and scientific perspective. But I think your position goes much further. You're saying like even before the atoms type thing, like there had to have been an architect, a divine creator. Is that your position?
Yes, that's my position
Okay.
because the information that's in the seed, sir, the information that's in the seed programs that seed, that particular seed that grows, right, and then produce fruits. That's a program, an intention. So if we can't duplicate something like that, right, you only have one thing left. You have nothing else. You can't
Do you guys
Wait,
explain
mind
it.
if I go with my
back
line of
with.
That's
questionings?
all I'm saying. They get mad at me.
Wait, Missy, let me do this. Back with just so you know, plant seeds and stuff like living organisms. All of those biologically could be explained through evolution, all the way from like Cambrian, if you say Cambrian in English, like Cambrian explosion,
Yeah, the
like
Cambrian explosion.
That's even worse than
when you
what I'm
go
talking
all the
about.
way from that to
Sorry.
like fucking a specific point in time, in like millions of years, you can say that there was a form of evolution and form of reactions which formed bacteria and all other forms of living organism, and that developed from years and years and eras and eons, and that developed into like a fucking living organism like plants and plant seeds.
I
Like,
hear
I'm a
you.
Christian and I can acknowledge you that there are hypotheses. You don't have to believe in that, nor do I have to believe in that as a Christian. I'm just telling you that it is not a convincing argument because you can obviously find another belief or hypothesis.
Okay.
It is very easy to counter that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. I didn't interrupt you, right? Okay. Uh, I hear what you said, right? But the problem is that everything that you said cannot be demonstrated in the lab. I hear you though.
Oh my
I mean, it
gosh.
sounds good, but what you said is just a dream. That's all it is.
Back.
Can a
So,
God be
but
One
tested in
second.
life?
Back.
I didn't interrupt them though.
Hey,
See, I didn't interrupt them.
because I have a very important question, right?
I wasn't
You're
finished though.
saying, yeah, you made a claim. You
I
said
wasn't done.
exactly. So I'm asking you, what evidence do you have that that is not the case?
Right.
What
So,
is your evidence to show that that does not happen in a lab?
well, yeah. The evidence that I have, right, is that God can do things that His
No, no,
creation.
no, 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 no. I'm asking for evidence as in like something that okay, maybe it can go along the lines of some sort of scientific evidence. Make it a little narrower.
What they got to do
Coco,
with? Hold
please
on.
drop this guy, bro. Please.
Yeah. See, I
I
don't
want to
want
have
to
my line of
go.
questioning, and then if you be dishonest with me, I'm gonna
See,
drop you.
I
Okay?
see. I know it. I know it. See, that's cool. You guys don't have the answers, and that's
No,
okay.
no, that's fine. I'm asking you
Right.
questions about what you believe,
Right.
and
But
you're
if,
saying you have not done the
no
research.
problem.
That's fine. Go do the research.
No
Right?
problem. It
Well,
doesn't take away with what I said. It doesn't
where
take
do
away with what I
Yes, it
said.
does because you've
So
done
they,
nothing to back it
Man,
up, and we
you
but
cannot
have.
demonstrate where these came from. You can't. You can dream it up.
Back.
but back,
Open your
but,
brain and listen. Even if we don't
but
provide you with a
Right.
single explanation, that doesn't mean that God did it. Do you know what the God of the Gaps fallacy is, Back? Like
Oh,
this is why like I've
you
been
asked me a
kind to the
question.
like this is why I've been kind to like the other guests, right? But like with you, like I'm irritated because we
I'm
talk to
irritated
you
with you
about these
too.
we talk to you about these things. You're brick brains. You're not break open your brain and understand what people are telling you, right? Like actually like try to learn
That's
from
the
other
question that you
individuals.
can't.
You're not listening to like it's rhetorical. Yeah,
It says
it's a
the
rhetorical
person that
question.
can't answer the
I
question.
didn't want an answer. I didn't want an answer clearly
I'm
because I'm
just
still
gonna
talking.
back. Can you actually honestly engage in the conversation?
I'm
Like you're not
engaged.
listening. You're not here to learn. You're here to preach to
Please
us
drop
that
him.
Is that
God
a yes or a no
exists.
back?
I'm
Please
having
drop him.
a
Please
good
drop him. I'm too
conversation. I'm not
kind.
upset. You guys are the one seems upset.
You're not learning. You're not listening. You're repeating your
Okay,
same
you said
Oh,
talking
I'm
it
not
points.
even
learning.
drops. Oh, there it is.
You've been cooked on several panels, and like you're not like learning
Thank
anything.
you.
Like,
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
well,
Holy fuck. But hey, Coco, bro.
yeah,
How you been, man? Haven't seen you in a minute.
I've been all right. Like, I, I always have hope that maybe people can change or like learn, but like Back is not learning. Like he's just, oh my God, I don't know.
Bro, I
that's
am not
projection.
able
That's
when it
projection
comes
at
to
its
learning.
finest.
Like,
When it comes to
what I
learning, bro,
said,
I've been,
like,
bro. No, that's
That was
true. But like,
him
bro,
projecting.
yeah.
Sorry, good.
But bro, I've not been able to fucking learn. When we were at that topic, I've not been able to learn these past few days. I've been sick as a motherfucker. It is
Are you feeling
crazy.
any better?
Fuck no, bro. I'm tired right now talking to you.
That's fair. I'm
But
having a
hey,
fun Christmas day after, you know?
yeah. Oh, we did. Oh, you celebrate Christmas on 25th, right?
I celebrate Yule. I just get lots of fun things to eat.
No, that is fair. But like, I think y'all should celebrate it 25th, right?
I mean, I celebrate more solstice kind of because why would I celebrate a holiday to a religion which I don't hold to? I feel like that's disrespectful to the religion. So I go back to its more traditional
That is
roots.
very respectful and very nice of you. But yeah, for us, what you're celebrating on 25th, for us,
I don't
that is
celebrate
7th
on the
of January.
25th.
Oh, when do you have that holiday of yours or whatever?
So
It
it's
is.
spread out over a couple of days, usually celebrating the solstice, right? So, oftentimes the first day we'll light fires and we'll hang oranges or other sorts of fresh fruits. And then throughout the week, it's more about giving to others and like just being around family. So,
Oh, that is very nice.
yeah,
That
but we
seems
don't
very,
celebrate
very
like on a
nice.
specific day.
Yeah. No, I know. Because it is very weird when like Christians in like, for example, America and England tell me like Merry Christmas on 25th. Like because we follow different calendar and we celebrated like 2 weeks after we celebrated on 7th or 13 days after we celebrated on 7th, and or 7th of January. So it is like very weird because we're Orthodox where I'm from. We're
Well,
not Catholics or any of that. So
well,
we
secular
follow a
or not
different calendar.
secular, Christian scholars put his birthday around October of
No,
our
I know,
calendar.
but well, for calendar, but there are different calendars. There's like there was a calendar made by like a pope. There's a
So which
Caesar calendar,
calendar do you
Julian
follow?
calendar. I think we follow the calendar of like Julius Caesar. I think that's what it's called, and that one is like
So what are your months?
13. Huh?
What are your months?
No, we have 12 months. Like 12 months a year, like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all of those. We just like we don't for us it's like new if the new year would be like first to you, like 1st of January is for us like 13th of January. I like that's like the difference in calendars. That's like what Orthodox usually tend to follow. Or maybe not even Orthodox in general, but people for example from my country.
I mean, yeah, if that's your country's like thing, that makes sense. So when it's October, when it's around October for me, it would be around what for you?
Well, if it's like 18th or 19th of
No, let's
October,
just
like
say
let's say for
it's
me that'll
1st of
be like
October.
1st
I don't know the
November.
exact date, so let's just say it's October 1st
Well, for me that'll be 14th. Right?
of October.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do like Christian historians put his birth around October. So that's actually like that's when his birthday should technically be celebrated, right?
I would say most scholars say they don't have a damn clue.
There are many scholars, and I would say that I agree with you, we don't have a damn clue. But
Yeah,
there
I
are
think
also a lot of Christian scholars that would say that they do have a damn clue.
I don't know because they can't agree when certain.
But historians can never agree.
That's true. But I would say they take their best guess
I
and they
agree with
put
you.
it. Yeah, they put it like, but there's
I think there's
yeah.
like pretty so some people like are able I think like maybe some like very good historians are gonna tell you like that they come to like that conclusion. So I would agree that there are people who are able to. I think like 25th of December. Maybe that isn't like that accurate, but I think like there are sources backing that up.
What like what?
Oh fuck! I have those books in another room. I'm not finding that, bro. I can't lie. I'm too tired
But
to
you
get up.
can't.
But I'll text you.
No,
I'll text you like later though. I got you.
I mean, there's not even any general really guessing what year he was born, supposedly. I
Oh,
mean,
that's true. That's true.
much less in the month.
Oh,
So, I mean, and not only that, like
we don't want to talk about secular anthropology on this.
yeah, the
we
narratives
don't
about
want to talk about secular
the narratives. I mean,
anthropology.
I believe that Jesus or the figure within the Gospels was a historical person, and I believe he was born, obviously, but I don't think we can know what year or even month he was born in and
Wait,
where he was born.
Jason, can I ask you like, do you hold to like a specific denomination?
I'm Protestant, Presbyterian.
Oh, my dad's a Presbyterian pastor. Ugh,
Yeah.
shivers and trauma.
Non-evangelical.
PCUSA?
I cannot agree
But
with
even
Protestantism.
PCUSA can still have some evangelical denominations within them.
Hey, wait. I have so many questions. Never mind. You were asking. Sorry.
Go ahead. But yes, I'm Protestant. So go ahead.
But also really quick, let me just say this. There's 19 people in here. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. If you can, tap your screens, like the live. It helps us to get more people in here. if you want to come up and talk to me about the topic, why should I believe or trust in the Christian God? Feel free to do so. Come up. I'll talk to anybody. I'll be nicer to you than I was with Beck, but he's just a
Yes.
whole other case. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being
Well,
here.
real quick, yeah, Jason and Coco, I just want to tell you, I think you should just put from Christian God to God, because I think most competent Christians would tell you that there isn't like a specific proof for such being. They will mostly be based on like a form of personal experience or some form of experience that they had, which I think is the most compelling answer. But Jason, I also wanted to tell you, yeah, I just don't agree with Protestantism, but I've talked
What
to
are
my friend who is like who finished who studied philosophy. Sorry, who finished like
mhm,
a university for philosophy, and then he studied theology and the philosophy of time. He's a
mhm,
Protestant, and me and him had like a long conversation. So
mhm,
I do understand some things of like where you would be coming from.
mhm.
Wait, do
But
you hold
most things
to
that are
A or
like
B
traditionally
theory?
taken, huh?
Do you hold to A or B theory? Either one of you.
B theory seems fine, but Jason, also like to finish it off.
Well,
I just
what?
wouldn't agree with like the standard traditions though, but I
Can
think
you?
it's some of it is cool. I've talked to the guy about it, so yeah,
My AirPods not even
that's why
dead
you
now.
become Orthodox a
Ow.
bit.
I'm muting your
So
mic
what?
for
What are
one
you
second.
Orthodox?
Oh, you're good, you're good.
So you're Orthodox.
Yep.
So I mean, why is your belief system any better than mine?
Well, people would usually appeal to stuff like fucking what's it called, church tradition and tradition that goes all the way back. But even if I wasn't gonna appeal to the um orthodoxy is the only one that doesn't make any strong metaphysical claims or any form of claims about the nature of God that would seem arbitrary. For example, like Catholicism would make claims about God like absolute divine simplicity. Protestantism, at least in like in one of its traditions, I don't know which one you follow, some of them claim like predestination. All of those would either lead into some form of arbitrarity or something which just doesn't seem to be logical, or not even logical. It just doesn't it wouldn't conform. It is like illogical, or it isn't something which is in correspondence with like a Christian belief.
Well, I think that any
Orthodoxy is the only one
religion.
who doesn't make any claims of such sort that would be absurd.
I mean, I think taking a position where you believe in something without any evidence is kind of illogical. So, and that's faith. So, if you are a person of faith, if you believe in God, you take that on faith. So that's inherently illogical. So
No,
I
no,
mean,
no,
yeah.
not
So
really.
absolutely, you're taking the position that you believe in a higher power, and that there is life after death. A lot of those things, and we don't have any evidence of that. You take that on
Wait,
faith,
sorry. I
and
want to ask you something. Do you
go
think
ahead.
the like maybe it might not be bad, but it depends if you agree with this view. Are you familiar with the guy named Thomas Aquinas?
Yes, I'm familiar with Thomas Aquinas. Natural law,
Do
yes.
you agree with his idea that you can have reasoning for God's existence, but stuff like nature of God and like questions about God, you have
No,
to
not at
learn that
all.
through religious experience?
Not at all.
You think you can prove like stuff like Trinity? That would be
Well,
weird.
the Trinity is not in the Bible. So if you're going to go to Trinitarian theology, that's an article of faith. Again, something that's not evidence, it's not empirically
But
verified.
that's
So
not reason. You can
no,
reason
that's
in a way to prove Trinity.
I can tell you that again, the concept of the Trinitarian theology is not in the Bible. It's something that was
But no,
adopted,
no,
that
I'm
was
just asking you.
developed. No, but I'm saying so again. So these are all things that you take on faith. And that goes back to my position. And again, I'm telling you this as a Christian that, again, taking something on, believing in something without evidence is inherently illogical.
No, I'm not saying
So,
that. I don't think.
but
I'm not. That I think there is a misconception.
there's
I don't
not.
think that stuff. It really is. Stuff
No, there's
like
not. You're not better than me.
predestination.
You stop taking this condescending viewpoint. I'm willing to have a conversation with you, but stop telling me you're inferior because it's very condescending and it's starting to tick me off. Have the conversation without
I'm
talking
telling
down
you
to me.
what?
Stop talking. Please talk on my level. That's all I'm asking.
I'm very confused. What were you complaining about?
You keep saying that I'm somehow inferior to you, that my view
I don't
systems
think you're inferior to me. I've respected you up till now.
okay,
Can
but
I
like you
let's
keep
let me
I
and
heavily
Jason, can
respected
I
you.
you and I can so he can see what level you're on? Because I believe that you would be wonderful if we were to talk about your if you hold to compatibilism if you hold to Calvinistic ideologies.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know a lot about Calvinism.
That's fair. That's fair. But do you hold
Yes.
to Reformation?
And what do you mean, just so I know, what do you mean when you say Reformation?
So, the logical Reformation from John Calvin.
Again, I'm not familiar with
Jason, I don't
Calvin.
know what you were complaining about, but just so you know, I don't have anything against you, any issue with you. I think I respected you up till now. I thought what you did with like back guy was thought when you corrected him on stuff that Christians believe. I think that was like very cool. Like I
I
don't know
guess I
what
don't
tone you got
know
from
how
me.
to sometimes when you speak it comes across somehow as somewhat elitist.
Do you guys
I'm
want to like
sorry if I did
convince me
anything to
instead
offend
of?
you.
I feel like
No,
this
it's
is
okay.
one of my major problems within the Christian like faith.
Yeah.
Uh,
The
Go ahead.
infighting,
sure.
right? Like we're sitting here ask like why should I trust and believe in the Christian God, and we just see infighting. Why is that?
Well,
And you
I think
both have
that's
participated in it, and you
I
can't
know
deny that.
that's true. Yeah, I think that's why there's so many denominations and
I have a quick question. Is God's word perfect? Is it inerrant? Would you say it's inerrant, either one of you?
no.
No.
Okay, then you're fine.
Wait, sorry, God's word or words about God?
God's word, as in, do you believe? Okay, first off, I would have to start with: do you believe that the scripture is God breathed, or as in the words of scripture maintain
I
their
think they're
power?
divinely expired.
Divinely
I think they're
inspired.
divinely expired.
So, do you believe
Yeah,
that they will maintain their message across time?
yeah. I
Okay.
think we've seen that throughout literature.
Do you
If
think
you
that
were
it's
to look
perfectly
through
inspired?
wait, real quick. Do you think it's perfectly inspired? Probably not. I think human minds are not perfect. But just so we're clear on the divinely inspired, I think you can literally see through literature, um, like all the way, like every single major revolution in literature, like Renaissance, Romanticism, Enlightenment, all of the one of the major foundations, most major foundations to all of those was Christianity, alongside stuff like ancient Greece and those things. So I think every single, well, maybe not every single story, but stories were genuinely inspired to such lengths that they uphold even to these days.
Yeah, I grant that towards the
If
end
that's
of
what
the
we mean
Roman
by
era,
divinely
like
inspired.
towards, what was it, Constantine was the one that was like, yeah, cool, Christians. Which one was it? It was Constantine, right?
Constantine in
Yeah,
313.
that I knew I was right. My brain's still working, even though it is not working. Okay.
Yeah, you're the go ahead, bro.
I love the discussing the whole divine inspiration of scripture.
Thank you. I thought you guys might enjoy me
Yeah.
shifting it towards
I don't
something more
enjoy it at all.
theological. Right? So, my question really comes down to if God's perfectly inspired word exists, and can it be tarnished by humans?
Well, I don't know what you mean by perfect word. I think that words don't have a property of being perfect. But
So I guess
insofar
that's what
as
I mean
like
where it comes to, is the scripture itself perfect?
again, are the words like that make up stories, are those perfect? I don't think they have the properties of being perfect. I think there will be a category here, but I understand what you mean. I'm not
Oh,
gonna be
you're talking
a
more
moron.
conceptual.
I'm not gonna be moron. I understand what you mean.
No, I mean, I would love for you to explain details so I can understand.
Yeah. So when you talk about perfect, you're talking about at least some form of like being the best in something, like having the best set of properties. Like, if I said the best in football, I'm probably referring to the perfect or the best football player.
Oh, we
That would be
just
like a
disagree
form of
with
perfect.
definitions.
Well, I'm just talking to you like how a layman would probably interpret,
Yeah, no, but
like the
I
best in all
can keep
properties
up,
of
right?
a footballer,
Right, I
right?
can keep up if you were to say. You can use other
Like
language, right? And you can.
Well, I understand you, so it's fine. But I do think that some parts of what you were saying have properties of being perfect. Like I think like for example, I think stories, how how they were maybe not how they were written, but how much they inspired shows that in its maybe not beauty, but in its like inspiration and as a foundation, I think it's literally perfect because of its divine inspiration. So stuff like that I think to be perfect. But whether the little words are perfect or whether like denominations and stuff that derive from it are perfect, obviously not. Those are like how human interpreted someone's word that is obviously not going to be perfect.
But would you say, I mean, so would you agree? I mean, so obviously, because you disclosed, and if it's not too triggering, I'm assuming you grew up in a evangelical fundamentalist household or
Me?
had exposure to that.
Mm,
No, I was talking to
I
Missy.
Yes.
oh
My dad is he went to seminary under R.C. Sproul, and was a part of the GA, of the PCA.
So it's, I mean, because I even know like LGBTQ queer people who believe in scripture is divine, and I guess I don't get it even as a Christian. But I think it's not only is this text divinely inspired, but how we interpret it is the only way that it can be interpreted.
So I would just say that if there was such thing as perfect communication, and I understand Free was talking about, well, his definition would probably be like maximally great, right? Like
Yeah.
maximally, rather than like omni, right? Well, goodbye. Oh, hello again.
Yep.
They're back.
Yay. Oh, give me 1 second. I
bad.
really need to fill up my water. I'm so thirsty.
Oh.
Okay.
But while she's doing that, there's 15 people in here. If you can, tap your screens, like the live, share it with anybody who you think
Bro, I've
might
been
be
tapping the screen
interested.
for 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah,
A lot,
and
bro.
oh yeah, and thank you for that. Also, it's good to see you again, Fred. Yeah, are free. Yeah. But yeah, tap the screens, like the live, share it with anybody that you can, and thank you guys for being here. But yeah, good to see you, Free. I know you from like way back when.
Yeah, me and you know each other. You're the go, bro. You're too nice, bro. Killer.
Yeah, I try to be.
You've been too nice to me, bro. I don't
Yeah.
see that a lot from atheists. Killer.
I try to be reasonable and like rational, and also I would more so be an agnostic, but I guess I'm psychologically atheist, but not like philosophically.
Yeah, I feel that. But hey, I'm too tired. I'm probably gonna go sleep soon. Because for me it's like 2:30 a.m.
Where are you, Free? What part of the world?
Serbia.
Oh wow. Okay.
Nice yours.
That's Balkans. That's like South Europe. But yeah, I am very, very tired. I'm probably gonna go soon, but until I go, um, Jason, I didn't mean to be offensive anyway, brother, but
It's hard. I
yeah,
think it's easy to. I apologize too, and I'll send you a follow. And I think that I will. Hopefully, if you come back up, we can have dialogue and
yeah,
maybe learn about. We're coming from completely different cultural backgrounds, so and I
yeah.
recognize in that, especially within Orthodoxy. So I apologize as well.
No, it's
Oh, yeah.
fine. I think The reason why me and you differ so much, when it comes to culture, is because not only does like the whole Protestantism and generally like everything that follows from Protestantism, it's not only does it interpret stuff in the Bible way differently, it focuses on the Bible solely on like interpretations of people and tries to come to a conclusion in a way different manner than like orthodoxy. The first thing a Protestant would do if they don't understand something relating to Christianity, they will run to the Bible. Well, like for example, an average Orthodox, if they don't understand something, they're gonna run to they're first gonna go to a tradition or the church fathers, and then they're gonna go to the Bible. I think like that's like why me and you have such different approaches because I'm like one of those people on the second route. But
But the thing is
yeah,
that I mean, I actually went a whole long time like not being. I never lost my faith. I had trauma as well, like Missy. Like I had, or I don't know if Missy. I don't want to speak for Missy, but like I've had bad experiences with religion, and I took some time away, and I happened to find myself back in a place of worship that just happened to be Protestant. I knew that I needed that place to be LGBT affirming and not be highly politicized.
Also,
So
W, by the way.
Oh
what's
God.
that? Yeah,
W's in the chat for that.
yeah, I don't. I mean, I didn't. So I don't. I've constructed my own faith belief, my own identity, and I don't necessarily go to scripture for everything, believe it or not. So
No, I have
those
a
are
lot of
maybe.
friends like that. That's
I don't think that.
those.
I think those are some like stereotypes or misconceptions you may have about all Protestant people. Not something I necessarily do. My worldview as a Christian is my own postmodern construction of it, so I don't
And the
necessarily
Bible's
need to.
been changed a lot of times, but it doesn't mean
Hey,
that there's
just
not
can you
original Bibles
mute your
too.
mic before?
Hold
Yeah,
on,
so
really
I
quick. We'll
don't.
get to you.
Yeah, I don't. So I think that maybe those are some legit grievances you have. They're not necessarily representative of me as a Protestant per se. I will just say that.
no, I feel you. I think that's very reasonable, and I think that's hella brave, man. Can't lie, that's virtuous, bro.
Thank
But
you.
hey, Coco, bro,
Yeah.
can't lie, bro. You go to this fuck, but I wanted to tell you something, bro.
Yeah.
Is this the? Do you remember the not easy motherfucker who the fucking Muslim?
Yeah.
Does he have another name now? If you can check, bro.
I'm not sure. I have to check and see.
Because I think that motherfucker trying to harass me, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, like he challenged a bunch of people to debates, and like when I tried to set up like formal debates with him, like he just won't formal anyone, you know?
Motherfucker, I'll run him in an informal one. I'll debate
I
whoever,
was about to say
whenever.
I'll
I'm just saying.
informal him.
Yeah, like
I'll
he just
informal
won't.
the guy. I'm just saying, like, the guy genuinely being harassing me, bro. He telling everyone I'm from Serbia. He's spreading misinformation about me, bro.
Wait,
Like,
holy
I'm all for,
shit,
like,
really?
having a...
What aren't
One
you?
Yeah, but no,
second.
I'm
no,
Let
just.
me
I'm
write
just.
down
I
the
don't
Caesar
understand.
name.
just so we're clear.
Like, what's
Bro,
bad?
just so
So
we're clear,
see,
I'll have a beef with any motherfucker who wants the beef. I'm just saying, like, at this point, bro, it's never this serious, bro. Like, me and you can debate, bro. Like, you don't have to go that deep, bro. Can't lie.
Who is
so
this?
just out of curiosity, can I ask? So what? Why is it bad that he's telling people you're from Serbia? I'm not. I'm just curious. Like you don't. You're
But
not
bro, because I
forthcoming.
told him he's so basically well, you know how like in America, certain states can have beefs, like they can have problems.
Territorial issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel that.
In Balkans, you have that times 10 for every single country, plus you have added on racism and like beef with traditional values. And he's from a country that is known to be beefing with mine. So I'm from Serbia. He's from Albania, and he was racist. I mean, I was racist too. I can't lie. But me and him were beefing. Like your country bombed mine, and he was like, "No, your country bombed mine, you fucking Serbs." And then we were going back and forth. I can't lie, that was bad of me. But like ever since then, motherfucker been harassing me and telling people that I'm Serbian.
No, weird. I'll keep an eye out for him. But yeah, I'll check if he changed his username.
Bro,
What
Coco,
was the
you can
name
tell
so I
him
can write it down in case I see?
not easy. You know how like in logic you have not as like a fucking line and down?
Really?
Yeah, exactly. That not easy basically. But Coco, tell the motherfucker like he doesn't even have to stop whatever he was doing. Just tell him like I'll debate him. Like whatever he wants, I'll talk to him. I don't care.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
also,
yeah. Like,
Coco, bro.
yeah, I just need him to accept it and like show up and actually like respond to his DMs. But yeah.
But yeah, bro. Coco, you know, I found like a very cool argument I was making, bro.
Oh, for I guess like a
For God, bro.
yeah, for an orthodoxy god. Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna run this yet. Definitely not yet. But you know how like, are you familiar with like literature, like not philosophical one, but just like classic literature, like arts and like masterpieces from like Renaissance, Romanticism, and those works.
Can you give me some names so I can be like, ooh, yeah?
So Renaissance would be like Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, that makes sense.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So, for example, for Renaissance, there'll be Romeo and Juliet, and like
Midsummer, like all
the
of these.
Divine Comedy.
Yep.
For example, from Dante, those would be like the most important of Renaissance. For Baroque, Classicism, and Romanticism, those would probably be revolving around people like Kant. Those would probably be coming from people like Descartes. Those would be coming from people like Pushkin, Dostoevsky, and so on and so forth. Byron, so on and so forth. Like Eugene.
Yeah, I'm familiar with all of those. I was actually like an English major in college for a little bit, and then I dropped out. And like now that you say that, I'm like, like I have this hunger. Like I wish I could be an English teacher. Like I'm kind of
mom and dad are both English majors.
Coco, bro, English motherfuckers outside of Shakespeare and philosophers like Hume and Locke, they cannot name 5 motherfuckers that are like relevant. Okay, so maybe like Edgar Allan Poe. I got you with that. I got you with Byron. Yeah, Poe, Byron, like sure, and you have some many more irrelevant niggas, but like you don't have, bro. Like I'm telling you that you don't like
your vernacular for being like a second English language speaker. Your vernacular is giving me life.
Like I'm telling you don't want to be that. But by the way, they teach us. I don't know why you have to be a major for this. They teach us all of this when we're like 14, 15.
You don't have. I wanna like you don't need a major for like you can learn almost anything by reading.
Well, not really. Edgar Allan Poe, well, Dostoevsky is like very hard for people of like your reading, like for example, like, or people of your educational system or like Western educational system. I think people they treat Dostoevsky like a god.
I think that's rather what's the word? Arrogant.
No, sorry, not trying to be arrogant, but like,
I think that's what Jason was getting at. Yeah, that's like patronizing to an extent I've never. No. I just think that you're just incapable of understanding it the way that I do.
Missy, no. I'm saying like generally from what I've seen from like English teachers themselves, they view Dostoevsky like he was a god's fucking gift to earth.
So
like
I love
I'm not telling you popular, bro.
I love what you say, like motherfucker, like and like I just love hearing you say in that accent. It gives me life, like.
I think that this is just all anecdotal, and you just really don't like English majors. This feels like personal beef, bro.
I hate Westerns. I hate them from the bottom of my heart. They
Right.
destroyed everything.
They
The
did.
best
I
book
agree
ever
with you
written
there.
was
I agree with you there.
the best book ever written was The Fall of the West. The best
Okay,
book
I
ever
don't
written
know
was
if I
is ever that. Nobody, Camus a fraud, Hume a fraud, Locke
What?
a fraud,
You're just
Byron
like you.
fucked his
Okay,
sister.
you
No.
like so
Let
you
me
genuinely
finish.
think that those things are just not logically valid or sound?
They're frauds.
No, I'm asking you a very specific question. The
They
things
don't
that
have the
Hume
property of
talks
being valid
about,
and
can
sound.
they or can they not be logically sound? A clear P and
Oh,
not
if you're talking
P.
about the things, wait, real quick. If you're talking about the things that they were talking about, they're obviously unvalid and unsound. Wait, they could be valid, but they're definitely not sound. Empiricism is
Could
false.
they be valid and sound? Yes or no?
Logically, sure. Don't care about that. They're all false.
Okay, I'm not
They're
gonna listen
frauds.
to you rant about like this.
Yes, you're going to listen, bro. Chill.
Wait,
Look,
Bro.
so
she's a mod.
He went.
No, I'm not.
He went from being tired, and
Wait.
then all of a sudden he just like he turned into
Wait,
Mariah
who did it?
Carey.
Me, duh.
Oh, okay.
We're not letting him back up. That was completely disrespectful and uncalled for.
Yeah,
No.
He said, "Bro."
it was a bit. Yeah, we can move on. But go ahead, Void.
Yeah, I noticed that like people like with like European esque accents tend to view the West education system with maybe a little bit of justification that we're stupid. So it's this happened also with like a friend of mine. He's like he well, fuck. What did he say? I remember he was like playing something about the West, and then yeah. But it's a thing. It happens.
Sorry, Free. Maybe some other time, but
Yeah,
you're being a
he's-
little bit demeaning or
This-
pretentious.
Yeah, he was. I mean, and then he throws his hands up like, "Oh, what did I do? I didn't like."
If you didn't treat me with kitty gloves beforehand, I wouldn't feel so bad. Like I wouldn't but like saying that you're like smarter than us just because you have like a different education system. That's
Specifically,
just stupid.
specifically,
he
he has
generalizes
an
people.
admonishment towards English majors from America.
That's that's still stupid and prejudice.
He said, "No, Jason, I know I did something. I hate Westerners."
Yeah, that's prejudice.
I don't blame him if he's talking about folk people. That's fair.
I don't necessarily like. I have my problems with the West. I have my problems with every country and every group of people that's ever existed because people suck.
That's true. And this is my thing.
But there's 14 people in here. If you can, tap your screens, like the live, share with anybody that might be interested. Today's a good day. It's not bad. I'm just straight up chilling, waiting for ops, I guess. But it's a Friday, and life is good. Thank you, Tootski, for the heartbeat. You guys can send your heartbeats. I appreciate it. Thank you for the gifts. I reinvest them back into my project. This upcoming year, honestly, I think I'm just going to start saving money, to be honest. I'm going to cash out all my gifts and put it into PayPal, into a savings account. But yeah, no, we just straight up chilling, waiting for ops. And I'm playing Fortnite, streaming it onto YouTube and Twitch. I do that every single time I go live. Once I get another PC, I'm gonna get another PC, and I'm gonna be able to like show you my gameplay on TikTok. I'm gonna figure that out, but that's gonna take a while. I need some money. But
Well, Jason, do you have any questions for host me, Void?
No, I guess I'm not op, in that sense. So,
Well, I mean, you still believe. Is that based on an emotion? Or is it based on logic?
I guess
It's okay. I think that, okay, personally, and don't tell everyone I said this because Philbros hate this, I think it's fine if you believe something emotionally. Personally, I'm like, as long as it's not hurting others, that's where I have my problem. And it doesn't seem as if your beliefs are hurting others.
No, I mean, I have my own personal experiences that have led me to be a person of faith or to believe that I'm connected to a higher power. Those are my own personal experiences, and I can also recognize that I've been socialized into Christianity from a young age, and that even if I don't believe everything, I still, when I walk into at least my church, I still feel a sense of serenity. So yeah, it's completely emotional. I don't think it's having faith is illogical, inherently illogical, because you're believing something without evidence.
Yeah.
Necessarily. But yes, and I think that if we kept churches and churches, I don't think we'd have 80% of the problems in the world right now.
What's your position on abortion?
I wouldn't really care.
I'm pro-choice.
Well, damn, Tootski.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, if you're gonna say like beliefs don't harm anybody, I would highly disagree, even if it's emotional. But if you say you're pro-choice, good on you, mate.
That's what I'm saying from my interactions with this individual. He seems like one of the good ones. I don't know yet fully.
I like to think. I mean, I
Good
do.
ones.
I think, yeah, I believe that's my life mission is to. I would like to, when I die, I would like to know that I contributed to keeping Christianity out of the government. That's my lifelong goal.
So, what's your political stance?
I guess I would say I'm Democrat. I mean, I don't have.
You're going to law school to challenge Christian nationalism.
Jason, are you a lawyer?
Yeah.
I was a social worker for 10 years, and then I took a position within the court system here, and I'm preparing for law school.
Can you be my lawyer?
Yeah, I'm sinking all my eggs into a part-time program
That's nice.
at Duquesne University. It's an evening program, even though it will be 3 to 4 nights a week.
Jason, if I can ask, if it's only emotionally held because of a sense of safety, can that safety not be granted from anything else? Or is it that it is inherently tied to your belief?
I guess I don't understand the question entirely.
Can you recognize that it logically is not coherent? But that you emotionally believe it? Or do you believe it to be logically coherent and you believe it?
I recognize, I don't know if this answers your question, but I recognize that there are alternative explanations for the experiences that I have had that lead me to have faith or in a higher power. But that doesn't shake my faith, if that makes any sense. Like, I recognize that there are perfectly legitimate naturalistic explanations for those experiences that I have personally had, and maybe because I've had multiple of those said experiences that have happened to me throughout my specifically adult lifespan. But I don't discount the fact that they could be completely naturalistic explanations.
Tutski, it's all you from here on. You got it.
Yeah, pew pew to your head. If somebody says, "Do you believe in God?" What do you say?
Are they saying like you have to confess your loyalty to Jesus Christ, or you are unalive? To like give me some context.
You are unaware of what their intention is. They just ask you if you believe in God.
I mean, I do believe in God.
But like pew pew to your head.
Like pew pew to my head, and
I think that's too far.
I don't know. Again, I'm trying to understand the circumstances.
Okay,
like,
I just let me say this. On your gut level instinct, would you say you believe in God?
Like
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So if someone, I guess I would again.
That's perfect.
I guess I just didn't understand the context. Okay, so someone has it and they say, "Do you believe in God?" I'm like, Yeah, I think I've been pretty forthcoming with that all my life. Like, okay. But like,
You-
I mean, but like, would it
even
be
if you,
like,
even if you knew that you're risking your life if you said yes.
Yeah.
oh, no, I'm probably gonna say no.
Hey, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, like,
Hey,
Is
yeah,
anyone
like,
That's what I'm saying. He's a good one.
yeah, like I don't, yeah, no, I'd be like, no, it's
is
fucking
anyone here
weirdos.
anyone here atheist?
Well,
Uh,
psychologically, I'm an
free-
agnostic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was agnostic, but I'm
agnostic,
fully
free
atheist.
I'm not like a hard atheist in the sense of I'm not claiming there is no gods.
Oh, I'm making that claim.
Yeah,
Really?
I'll make that claim too.
Wow. Okay.
I was ex-Christian, and a lot of things I discovered from the Bible and the community is really like screwed up. You know, with the country that we're in right now, I know that Christianity is a nationalism thing in this country as well. But my things is with the Bible, there's a lot of things that's very out of like. My thing is there's very confusing things in the Bible, like where they say, "Oh,
I'm gonna
God
clear
is-"
this up. I am a hard atheist towards the Christian God,
Yeah, I
but
understand.
I am not a hard atheist in general.
No, I understand.
Okay.
I'm just my thing is that for me physically, I need physical proof because, like, I ask Christians, without the Bible and without the faith, how would you know he's real? And we have more proof of science than religion itself of knowing God exists. But that's me. But at the same time, I try to educate them. But they, of course, I feel like Christians more are so ignorant. They're so mean.
I
And
don't feel like this is like a space to just blanketly tie all Christians together. Right?
that's true. There is, don't get me wrong,
There's
there is
lots
some.
of different, like, we have to remember, and this is sometimes hard, especially for those who see just how
Right.
fucked the church is. Right? Those who see how fucked it is, we sometimes forget that the people in the system are
There's-
also being oppressed by that same system, and our system, like a cog in that machine, and then I at least try to reach out with empathy and kindness and understanding, but
And
I didn't
I-
for a very long time.
And I can't like I'll tell you this, like it's even hard for me sometimes, especially I get these reels on my Facebook with these extreme right influencers who's like seeing their reels and especially how connected they are to politics, like you said, Christian nationalism. It can be hard sometimes not to lose faith, at least for me, or to be like, I don't want anything to do with this. If this is what, then I remind myself, isn't this not all of them?
Where does
That's
it?
true.
But like,
That's
okay,
true.
why lump yourself in with them if what you believe is also so very different?
It just
I gotta go, guys.
it just gets very disenchanting. That's all. Just seeing the way how bad Christian nationalism has got in this country. There's that, and I mean, I'm on top of that. I'm married to an atheist. Like he is completely. He's who said that they are
An
completely
ally.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Tutski, seal of fucking approval. I think
Yeah,
this
like
is a
I'm
good
married-
one.
I'm married to an atheist, and he always says every day, like when I go to church on Sundays, he's like, "Go pray to Jesus." He's the nice guy. I love my husband to death, but he's just not like he's just always like he comes to church every now and then. Like we have like open communion to all people, and he's like, "Fuck that! I ain't going up there and taking that." So I have to. The seed of doubts are there. Let me just say that. Like my stepdad who raised me, he's also like hardcore atheist. So I'm always dealing with, why do you go to that place type thing.
Are you Catholic? It sounds like
I'm
you're Catholic.
Nope.
Yeah.
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian?
I know.
Yeah.
What?
That's Tutski.
Does your pastor know? Does your
Hey,
pastor
Jason.
know your stance?
Yeah, my pastor is a woman, and she told me just don't come in here and be mean. Like I told her when I
How long have you been married to your husband?
we got married right
Why
a
does
year
that
after
matter?
the pandemic hit, 2021.
I'm just
But
asking.
we
a
were
question.
together.
He's
We
proclaiming he's a Christian.
Yeah, we were together since 2016, but life factors and then the pandemic.
Do you think that marrying an atheist has put a damper in your relationship with God?
Not at all.
How
Wait,
so?
Michael, what's your position?
Yeah.
I'm a Christian. I'm a Trinitarian. I don't believe in.
Okay.
I don't believe in.
So
I don't believe in gay marriage or any of that.
yeah.
Oh.
So Jason, or not Jason, Michael.
But I'm not
do
called
you
to hate
think?
Jason. I'm just asking him questions.
Yeah. No. I know. But Michael,
I have a
what do you
prediction.
think? What do you think defines a Christian?
Someone who's put their faith and trust alone in Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but what are the qualities of a Christian? Like, if you were to look at somebody, how can you tell if they're a
Peace,
Christian?
patience, love, and kindness. Gentleness.
Okay, so
No, a little bit.
if an atheist shows you all those qualities, does that make them a Christian?
No.
Oh, okay, so
I
then
just
that's
told
not.
you
So then that's not the
the foundation is
characteristic,
to
right?
believe in
So then-
Jesus. An
But
atheist does
that's
not
not the
believe in
characteristics,
Jesus.
right? But that's not the characteristics.
An atheist does not believe in the Christian God, Jesus.
So would you say that Jason's a Christian?
Does he believe in Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that he's washed away all of your sins?
That's not all in the Bible.
But I'm
That's
asking
only-
you a question.
I
because
don't
he
need
is
to
the
believe that. I
He
don't
is
need
the
to believe
spotless
that.
lamb of. Okay, Jason,
I
please.
don't. No,
If it
Michael,
becomes preachy,
please.
Michael, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
Michael,
because
please.
I
I don't
can't.
need to.
Okay.
I mean, that's only in.
So what do you believe Jesus' mission was for, and why do you believe he came?
I believe that Jesus was a revolutionary who believed in lifting up the poor, challenging the status quo, and believed in a mission of radical change. I don't need to believe in atonement theology because there's parts of the Bible where it's not in. In Luke theology, it's not anywhere in the Gospel of Luke. You know that, correct?
The atonement. Yes.
The atonement. No, it's not in Luke. Show me one verse. No, you asked a question. Let me respond. You can't keep interrupting. You got to tell me. I'm going to just ask you this right now. So there are parts in the Bible where atonement theology is not present, and the Gospel of Luke is one of them. Show me anywhere in the Gospel of Luke. Pull up the scripture where Luke says that Jesus claimed that he was a ransom for sins.
Okay, I got you, buddy.
It's not there. I don't need to wait for it.
Wait, you have to look it up? Wow. Why? Why do you have to look it up?
Whoa! Why are you guys? Whoa!
Well, we're
So
joking.
It's not there. It's not there. So I mean,
It's
like,
just a little
but
jab
it's-
because you
I know.
I'm more
Like-
interested in engaging
I'm not
him
actually-
on. I'm more interested in engaging him on like homosexuality and gay marriage if he really wants to go there. Like, he
Yeah.
can go there.
I mean,
Listen,
even if
Jason,
it was
I
a sin,
don't-
right? Even if it was a sin, Jesus Christ died for your sins. So what's the point? Like, if Michael, let's say, cheated on his wife, what's the worst sin? Cheating on your wife or being gay?
All sins are bad in the eyes of God.
Okay, great. So you concede to say that being gay is of no matter.
Yeah, man.
in being a
Jesus
Christian.
Christ actually
there's nowhere
abhors.
in the Bible where it
He
says
abhors.
that-
He abhors even straight people doing sins. He abhors any of it.
But there's nowhere in the Bible that says that homosexuality is a sin.
That's correct.
But let me hit your first point, Jason. That was a great question. And your first point we can find in John 1:29. Okay.
I said Luke. I didn't
Do you
say
want me to
John.
find it?
I want to find atonement theology
Yeah.
where Jesus said that he was a ransom for sin in the Gospel of Luke. That's what I want.
That's
But
he
why-
was very specific about
Why specifically in the Gospel of Luke?
because
Because
that's
there
what
are-
he.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like there are various, we're picking and choosing here. And that's what I've done as a Christian. I've constructed my own faith identity. I don't need to explain to anyone why I'm a Christian. It doesn't make me any less of a Christian than you. I'm telling you, you're saying that Jesus claimed he was a ransom for sin, but there's parts in the Bible where it is not there. So it's in the Gospel of John. So what? But what if I am only subscribing to Lucan theology, the Gospel of Luke? There's nowhere in Luke where he says that he's a ransom for sins.
Okay. So you only subscribe to Luke? I've never actually heard of that.
I could even argue that Jesus didn't even die for your sins, Michael. I could say that Jesus died for only the Jews. Because you come to the woman at the well and you say, hold on, you come to the woman at the well and he says, I have not come, or not the woman at the well, the outsider woman. I can't remember what culture she comes from.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The Canaanite woman.
Yeah, I have not come for you, but I've come for my people, or the lost sheep.
The lost sheep of Israel. Yeah,
right.
Correct.
So you could argue that Jesus didn't even die for your sins.
Those are the Jews that believe in Christ. Those are the Jews that believe in atonement theory.
Yeah, he said for the Jews. He said for the lost sheep, right? So if you look back at like the Old Testament, you'll see that all Jews are lost sheep, right? God turned his back on all of Israel.
Whoa,
so you could say
Jews.
you could say that Israel are the people that Jesus would have died for, and not us. He did not die for the Gentiles.
And I don't like and if you're bringing in John, that's the one book in the New Testament that I don't like. I don't like the Gospel, Jesus in the Gospel of John. He's condescending. He's rude. He's not.
Can I bring up Matthew?
Matthew was. I was talking about Luke, so you can acknowledge there's no atonement theology in Luke, correct?
Well, I'm not going to acknowledge that. I just.
So you should
I'm
know
more
that.
familiar with the other Gospels.
Well, that's not my problem. But I'm just saying.
I know it's not. I know it's not. And that's fair. And that's fair. If you want to specifically from Luke, I mean, that's good. I mean, I can go through the other Gospels, but I just kind of wanted to show you from Matthew if I can. And you don't have to take it. But if I could just share it.
Yeah. No, I don't even see why you would hold to Matthew to be legitimate. Why would you even hold to Matthew to be legitimate? Like, if you look back, like scholars even agree that Matthew is just a copy of John.
Well, no, I mean,
but before we go to the external
John
critique,
was a copy.
I just want to do an internal critique. I just want to do an internal critique of
Matthew is so it's Mark,
Matthew, Luke, and John.
The original. Matthew and Luke, and then John within Christian historicity.
The canon.
Yeah, there's debates
within
about
Christian historicity. So why they're internally for them.
Well, the Synoptic Gospels. Matthew's part of the Synoptic Gospels. That's
there's debates about which one came first.
No, there's near unanimous consensus within the scholar that Mark was first. You can't deny that. They all borrow from it. They all reconstruct it. So Mark was first, Matthew, then Luke, and John. John was originally believed to be an entire rewrite, but even most Johannine scholars now say that John is cribbing from Mark. Yeah, that there's no debate there.
Okay. And you guys, I'm not gonna take up most of your time. But Jason, I just want
to. Go ahead.
No. Hey, I'm. If you feel that way, that's fine. In Matthew 16:21, and this is Jesus speak, right? And this is Jesus predicting his own death, because, and this is important, all right? It's 21. From that time on, Jesus began to explain to his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things at the hands of the elders and the chief priests and the teachers of the law, and that he must be killed and on the third day raised to life. That is the gospel of our salvation right there, and he is explaining to us.
Actually, that's interesting.
Where is it that that's an atonement for sin?
Okay, perfect. Hey, that's a great question.
But I'm just curious. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying that atonement theology doesn't exist in the New Testament. It's just not everywhere in the New Testament. And just because it's in Matthew doesn't mean that Matthew is superior to Luke or John or Mark. That's what I'm saying.
I'm also curious. I'm also curious. You said on the third day he rises again. What day did Jesus rise from? And when did he die?
Day morning.
He what? Sorry.
He rose on the third day in the morning.
Yeah, no. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking what day. So if he died on Friday, would you agree he died on Friday?
Saturday, Sunday. Was it Monday?
Ooh, no. I'm pretty sure you guys believe that it's Sunday, right?
It was either Sunday or Monday morning.
Yeah, no, it was Sunday. You guys believe it was Sunday.
Okay.
So that's not the third day. So Jesus couldn't be the prophet.
No, he rose on the third day in the morning. Whether it was Sunday or Monday, it was either the third day. But I'm pretty sure it was Monday.
I would go back and reread.
I'll actually reread on that too, because Tawaski, I was actually doing some research on that too. So let me.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut through all this bullshit. Michael, you're homophobic. Why?
Yeah. What's the deal?
Wait.
Okay, I kind of sense that a little bit. But like,
So what
I'm
about
not just
the
gonna
gay?
let this slide.
No,
you
go
think
ahead.
that it's wrong, a sin to be gay?
I have an unpopular opinion.
Holy cow!
Oh God, no.
But like let me say this, right? I disagree with like Christianity, and like when it comes to Christianity, right? Like there's going to be a certain like standard, I guess, for like what they consider to be a Christian, right? And like I guess it depends who you ask, right? Eastern Orthodoxy is going to say something, Catholics are going to say something. Jason, I know that you have like picked certain things and sort of constructed your belief, but isn't part of being a Christian you accept the entire canon of the Bible, every single thing that's in that thing?
No.
According to Aquinas.
No.
Aquinas could argue that there's only certain principles.
Is all scripture God breathed?
No.
Yeah, that would also be a question of mine.
No, because God breathed would be so that we don't know when 2 Timothy was written, so we can get on that one if you want.
Okay, but before we go to corruption, can we at least just deal with the text itself? I mean, we can all claim it's corrupted, but like
it is, and it has been, and it will continue to be. But I mean, let's talk about being gay and whether it's a sin.
But Jason, I'm gonna hit on your previous point, and then we'll hit on that with the host.
Dodging twice.
No, Missy, I'm not. Missy, I'm not.
Wait, go ahead.
Okay, then address it.
He asked,
okay, if you're not dodging,
but he
then
asked
address
a real
it.
question. He asked an actual question.
I want to see where this goes.
He asked an actual question before this. He asked, where does it say that Jesus has come to take away the sins? Where is this atonement at? In John 1:29, this is John the Baptist, all right, who got beheaded.
I didn't tell you. Wait. I just told you earlier, I'm not denying that atonement theology isn't in the New Testament. It's just not everywhere. And not every author of the New Testament, the Gospels, believed in atonement theology.
But I'm showing you from two different Gospels where it's at.
But so in Mark and Luke, it's not there. So good, it's in two of them. It's not in two of the others. That doesn't mean that those two are better.
Just because I haven't shown you yet doesn't mean it's not there.
It's not there. It's not in Luke and it's not in Mark.
Okay. Actually, pause now.
Go ahead.
Pause now.
Gay.
Record scratch. Now, Michael, tell us what you like. Tell us what you think about gay marriage. Go.
Gay marriage is not from God. Gay marriage.
Damn.
It's something that God doesn't like.
So what is your stance on David and Jonathan?
No. Hold on. Let's go back in.
This has been found in Genesis straight from the jump, right? When God made male and female, He made them to be one, right? He didn't make male and male to become one. He made a male and female that they may become one flesh.
Okay, now we debate this.
Okay, so let's be real. So you do understand that the Western concept of marriage is not in the Bible.
Right. Wait. The Western concept of marriage is not found in the Bible.
It's not found in the Bible.
But you can also say that the West. You can also say that the West is particularly secular.
Can I finish?
Jason was going. Go ahead, Jason.
Yes. I'm sorry.
There's no language for marriage. There's no language for husband, for wife. There is women are property, and they are valued at their ability to procreate. So there's no concept of a willing, mutual, consensual love. She is forced into this union based on her lineage and the arranged marriage. So there's that. So there's there. So you can't sit there and say there's no concept of even heterosexual marriage as we know it in the Western world within the Bible. So now we're going to go into. So there's that. So you can quote Genesis. Genesis is myth. It's a mythical story. The idea of Moses authoring the Torah is nowhere in the Bible. That's an article of faith. All of the prophets, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, they're myth. So if you want to take a story where supposed the God of the cosmos picks up dirt and breathes life into it and rips a rib from a man and gives it to a woman, and you're going to use that basis to judge a secular right, that's on you. Now let's talk about there's that. Now in terms of whether it's immoral to be gay, again, the concept of sexual orientation did not exist in the ancient world. Men had sex with men all the time. You just who was the top and who was the bottom, what people talked about. And the Israelite commentary within the Hebrew Bible, if you want to go there, was about wasting seed. If you didn't have sex for the full intent of procreation, then there was an abomination. You were going, so that's all that commentary was. Now, if you want to talk on the New Testament, 1 Corinthians and Romans, let's go. Do you want to go there?
Okay. One point that you made that hit home was that the ancients were practicing homosexuality on a regular, and I actually agree with you on that. And that is exactly why God, and not just that, it was wickedness. Everything that men were doing was evil during that time, during the ancients. And so
They
the
very good.
reason,
No, stop.
so the reason, yeah.
Stop.
Wait, Jason, let him finish. We let you finish.
Okay, go ahead,
Michael.
Go ahead.
God explained during those times that everything that was in men's hearts were evil all the time, and some of this and almost everything that they were practicing was evil. And so what you're saying is true. They were practicing homosexuality on a regular over there, which is why God had to send the flood. Because Satan's plan actually was to destroy the seed of the woman. It was to corrupt the seed of the woman. And the way he could do that is by introducing things outside of what God has planned out for the man and the woman, which is homosexuality,
Stop right there.
bestiality.
No, can I stop and clarify one thing? No, God sent the flood because of idolatry. They were worshiping, and that's not why he sent the flood. If you're going back to the Genesis, to the Noah, to the flood, in that mythical story, that didn't happen because if there truly was a global flood, Egypt didn't hear any of it, right? Correct?
Not necessarily.
Mike, you're not. Please, if you let me. So the flood wasn't because of homosexuality or homosexual behavior. The flood was supposedly because of idolatry.
No,
Tower of Babel. So that was not what that was. That was that they were speaking all the other languages, not of the Hebrew language, and they were trying to go beyond the God of Yahweh. That is why. So that claim.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. It was idolatry as well. Yeah.
So it wasn't. So again, so you're saying that the flood was sent? No. Okay, and even Israelites were practicing it, and that's why we even have discrepancy within the book of Leviticus, why it only says on one, if a man lay with a man, and then it condemns them both, because they were clearly practicing, and it was, again, not wasting semen. This was a very insignificant group of people that nearly went extinct following the Babylonian exile. So if you had sex without the full intent of procreation, that was an abomination.
That's base.
Does it say that, or does it say in Deuteronomy that a man who lies with a man is an abomination?
You don't even know your own Bible.
Can I posit something really quickly?
You don't even know your own
Mod
Bible.
is pausing. Wait, hold on really quick. Go ahead, Missy.
Michael, do you also understand that, like, we understand how these practices work secularly through anthropology as well, right? So this is how the societies worked. That's what we're telling you.
Yeah, and I agree with you. The societies during those times was practicing evil and wicked practices all the time. In Genesis 6:5, host, this is for you. Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of mankind was great on the earth, and that every intent of thought of their heart was only evil continually. And so if you guys want to say that homosexuality was being practiced during that time, and it was very popular, then in Genesis 6:5, God has condemned it. He said that it's evil. He said that it's wicked.
I just don't think you know your Bible.
No, you don't, because you even said
And that's in
Deuteronomy.
Genesis
You don't
6:5,
even know.
you guys.
Where's in the Hebrew Bible that supposedly condemns homosexual behavior? It's not Deuteronomy, dude. It's Leviticus. You should know this.
Or
You should be able to
Leviticus,
pull,
yeah.
No, pull up you should know this.